this is going to be an Empties video. I have acquired, I'd say in like the past 2 months, maybe since like August, this is all the Empties I've acquired. And I really want to go through it. I don't do Empties videos very often, but especially with the skincare stuff, I like to do it so people that have the same skin issues that I do know or can get an idea of maybe what would work, what wouldn't work, stuff like that. So without further ado, let's just begin. So the first thing I'm pulling out is my bottle of Curology. Now, I have since stopped with the Curology. I'm no longer subscribe to that service. It wasn't because of anything on Curology's part. It was just financially not the time for me to spend $20 a month on stuff when you only really get something once every 3 months. They did give me, and I've talked about Curology in the past on my channel, this actually worked amazing for me, and I almost want to take this bottle to my dermatologist to see if they can recreate it so I can still use it, because I have noticed that as soon as I ran out, I've really started breaking out again terribly. And I think this really did have something to do with the fact that when I was using it, my face looked amazing. I didn't have any breakouts. I was hydrated. All the dry patches went away. And then as soon as this ran out and I didn't have any more, the breakouts started coming back. The severe dryness on my face started coming back. So oh man, I would really like to get this again if I can. But mine had zinc pyrithicone, clindamycin, which is an antibiotic, and niacinamide or something. Basically, it's just like the IPSY of skincare, if you will. You sign up, you pay $20 a month, and they tailor based on what you tell them, your problems. You upload pictures of your actual skin and the issues you're having, and they tailor a little skincare formula just for you. So that was my tailored formula, and I have to say it really did work. So if you can afford the $20 a month, I really would give it a shot. I know there are coupon codes and things out and about in there, so if you Google it, I'm sure you could find it. But I did run out of this finally. The next thing I went through is this deluxe sample size of the First Aid Beauty Slow Glow Gradual Self Tanner Moisturizer. So it looked like this, and quite frankly, I really like First Aid Beauty skin stuff, but this one I just wasn't a fan of. From the moisturizing aspect, I felt like they have other products that did better, and from a self-tanning aspect, I didn't really see any overly noticeable results. I don't think this really did anything substantial, and honestly, if I'm getting First Aid Beauty, I'm just gonna get one of their tried and trues that I know work and are amazing. This, I just think, might be the flop of the company. I'm sorry. Moving right along, I finally found a use for my Glam Glow that didn't involve me putting it on my face. You guys know I've had a lot of Glam Glow stories. I originally reviewed this on my channel in like December or January of last year, so I've had it for almost a year. I loved it. I loved how hydrating it was, but this was the cause. And I've later found out a lot of people, this severely breaks you out if you have sensitive skin. People with sensitive skin, I would just stay away from Glam Glow in general, like the company as a whole, because there's something they put in their products that while they do what they say, while they'll give you amazing hydration and this and that, if you're sensitive for one reason or another, they will just cause you to break out, and that's what happened with me. What I ended up using it for ultimately was just a hand cream. My hands are generally just very dry, patchy, can almost become painful, and no matter what lotion or how much lotion I would put on it, I just couldn't get the moisture in my hands. I started putting this on my hands and it did work. So that was just a way for me to not cry over spending so much money on it and to not be able to use it on my face. I just found another use for it, and it really did work for that. So obviously I will not buy Glam Glow again, but it did work for that. So I'm happy I did at least get to use up the rest that I had. And sorry if I'm sounding a little raspy. It was actually Eva's birthday yesterday, so we had a big party and, you know, a lot of yelling and screaming, so I am a little raspy right now. I am sorry about that. The next thing I'm pulling out, this is a tried and true that I always have. It is a mini of the Clinique Moisture Surge. So it's just a very hydrating gel that I use on my face just to add a little bit of moisture in the areas that I need. I will often layer this with other products for the face just to really lock in that hydration, and I go through these all the time. This is often a freebie with purchase from either Sephora or Ulta, and so I get them quite a bit, and I go through them, but one generally lasts me anywhere between a month to 2 months. So it is worth it, and I do really like it, and eventually I will get a full size of it. Oh, this one. I talked a lot about this one in the past month. This is the Milani Moisture Lock Coconut Lip Treatment. So I'm sure you guys are sick of me talking about. There's just a little teeny bit left on the bottom. It had the applicator that I wasn't a fan of. However, this just glides right on your lips. It hydrates your lips. It smells good. It stays put. It takes a very long time to wear away, and it does what it says. It really does moisturize your lips. If you are someone that has very dry lips, this will do the trick. The one thing that I will say about this that I've said in all of my videos where I've talked about this is it can very much be like the chapstick effect, because it is an oil. So you're putting that very intense hydration on your lips. And what ultimately ends up happening is once that hydration wears away, your lips then feel overly dry. So then you want to just constantly put more and more on. So I will say that about it. So they do have a very wide range of different kinds of these. This is the only one I've tried. I know it's been very hit or miss on YouTube depending on which one you get. But I'm saying personally for the coconut one, I really do like it a lot. The next thing I'm pulling out is something that generally I don't use and I'm not a fan of. This is from the brand Nux, and it is a multi-purpose dry oil. So this I actually got from one of my Influencer Vox boxes, and it just sat on the shelf for a very long time because I personally just am not a huge fan of oils. But this one I like. I actually liked it once I started using it. It is an oil, but it dries down very quickly, so it doesn't leave your skin feeling very slick and greasy like most oils do, hence the term dry oil, I'm suspecting. Do I like it enough that I would probably purchase it again? Probably not. But it did hydrate the skin without feeling very greasy, and for that, I really thought it was cool and different and something that I liked. So I am happy I did ultimately give it a shot, even though it did sit on my shelf for a very long time before I decided to try it. The next thing I'm pulling out is something that I've heard so much hype about, and honestly, I wasn't that impressed. And it's the Benefit It's Potent Eye Cream. I got like a little bundle set at Sephora, and this was in it. It was a very small size. It was like 0.01 ounces. Like, as you can tell, it is like super teeny tiny. But everyone said that as an eye cream, they loved this, and I just didn't. I did not see like a huge difference. Like when I use the Clinique All About Eyes, I see and feel a difference in my eyes. And with this one, I would put it on and I just didn't see a difference. I just didn't see that it was actually doing anything to either hydrate my under eyes, reduce puffiness, get rid of dark circles, any of it. I don't know what everyone sees in this. Maybe I just didn't use enough of it, or I didn't use it the right way, but I don't know. It didn't do anything for me. So the last big thing I'm pulling out, and it took me quite a while to go through this, and it's the IT Cosmetics Confidence in a Cream. So this came out a couple months ago and it was all the rage all over YouTube. IT Cosmetics was really pushing it. I totally dried it out. I liked it, but I did not like it for my face. It's a very, very heavy cream. It's very moisturizing. You could almost use it as just like a night mask to leave on all night, but it is a very, very heavy lotion. It's not something you can wear under makeup. If you have dry skin, it will do wonders at hydrating your skin. But like I said, you have to find a way to wear it that works for you. For me, it was just too heavy for me on my face. I felt like it was almost clogging my pores. And I would wear it as a night mask once in a while if my skin really, really needed some hydration. But other than that, I actually used this on my arms. It did a really good job for that. Now, would I spend the amount of money that this is for an arm cream for such a small amount? No. So I probably will not purchase this again. But if you can find a way that it works for you, or if you don't have issues with your pores getting clogged easily, and you are very dry, this can work wonders for you. If you are oily, I don't think you're going to like this. I don't. As far as all the anti-aging benefits it says it has and all of that, I didn't really notice anything substantial, like enough to talk about, or if it did anything at all. But just as a hydrating lotion for your face, I did like it. But if you are acne prone or you do get clogged pores easily, you might want to stay away from it. And the last group of things that I have gone through are all just little travel size perfumes or sample size perfumes. Marc Jacobs Daisy, I absolutely love anything Marc Jacobs does as a perfume, except for Decadence. I don't like Decadence. Tom Ford perfume I went through. This one I really liked. This was the YSL Mon Paris. I got this as a free sample from my sample website, and I really like this. I might get this in a full size. Prada Candy. I was not a big fan of Prada Candy. Dolce & Gabbana, the Dolce. I like this one a lot. I might also get this in like a full size. This was a beautiful perfume. And that's it. That's everything. That was all of my empties. I hope you guys enjoyed. As always, any questions, comments, you know where to leave them. And if you like what I bring to YouTube every week, you can always just like and hit that subscribe button. You can find me on all kinds of social media at Marcy_K with 2 Y's, just like it is here. I love you guys, and I hope you're having a great week, and I'll see you soon. Bye.